that's Old Sweetwater Church, that's Old Sweetwater Road.
Yeah. It goes up before the Burger Wire. R.H. Johnson lived on it.
David Watts lives up there, if you turn left and come back, it's gonna be in between Tanglewood and that area, I think.
Okay, everybody ready? Shall we proceed? I call this meeting of the workshop, the City of Sweetwater's City Council open at this time. First, the bids on a used police vehicle. You want to talk about that, Eddie?
We bid out to get a police vehicle for one of our agents to drive, get out a police truck.
Only bid we got is Little City Ford on a 2018 F-150 police responder. Market value is $39,229. That don't seem too used to me.
It was brand new.
Yeah.
Huh?
It was brand new, but it had been titled to somebody.
It's got 308
Evidently,
miles
they
on it.
left it set.
327 miles.
327 miles. Gets 18 miles a gallon. Loaded with all kinds of extras. It's like it's pretty, you got a lot of optionals on it. Anybody want to look at the bid?
It
Should already got police lights on it, yeah. It's for narcotics agents, it's for,
It's already equipped
yes,
with that.
yeah, quick, yeah, that's.
We, this is the first time that we've been told about that Ford made a police responder. We've been bidding vehicles for several years. And this, when me and Eddie found this deal, the first time that anybody ever explained to us what a police responder was. So me and Eddie went up and looked at it, drove it. And I'm real disappointed in our Ford dealership because they never mentioned that to us before. We wound up getting this vehicle, or we wouldn't have it now, for $10,000 less than what U-truck cost, dressed out. So basically, we didn't have to buy $10,000 worth of equipment. We're just accepting what equipment Ford put on it at the factory.
Is this in the budget? Okay. Do we want to vote on this now? Y'all want to take a recess on it, or?
No, we've already talked to everybody.
Talked about it? Okay, we won't vote on it now?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I'm opening the floor for a motion. We purchase it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Opposed likewise, motion does carry. Thank you. Open bids now on a used fire truck. Hell, let's see what this is gonna be. Open that floor. I'm all shook up.
Just wait. Just wait a minute.
This is probably 2 fires downhill both ways. John, explain to us about this new fire truck.
It's just continuation from when we've been looking for ladder trucks for how many years. It's just a continuation from that. Run across possibility. Took a year since the last time I found one, so they're hard to find. Good ones.
This one's been gone over by the.
Yeah, yeah. Mechanics have gone, our mechanics actually went over.
Is this a fire truck that if we have problems with it, they do have parts for it?
Oh, yes, yeah, that's 2007, I think that's the 2007, should be 2006. Yeah, it'll still be able to be worked on for a while. Yeah, it's not like that's
And you look at it, John,
our mechanics our mechanics went and looked at it, stayed 3 days with it, went over it from one end to the other.
hydraulics is all in good shape.
Everything, and the city that's got it sent me a stack of where they've kept up with everything they've ever done to the truck. They, whether it needed it or not, they replaced stuff, you know, hydraulics been through over the last 2 years, I think. They've got their, I mean, they changed the light bulb on it, they make a documentation on it, I mean,
Okay, it has 66,000 miles. Current hours on generator, 794 hours. Overall length is 46 feet. Height, 1111. Wheelbase, 245 inches. 76,100 GVW, gallons per
That's a
minute.
nice weight truck.
Vehicle weight. Current pump and aerial certification. 90-day drivetrain warranty. Can we get any kind of additional insurance on this? Like on a car, if the car warranty's run out?
I tried with them, 90 days is the best they would do, so. And that is normal on these used aerials. We got lucky on the last one that we missed, and could've got a year on it, but I'm not running anything even close to that. That was a luck of the draw.
You have tested it, NFPA inspection test performed by BST Sweetwater Fire and Rescue. Okay. Looks good. Ladder truck. We do need one. There's no doubt about that. High school and hospital.
ISO's gonna hit us hard if we don't.
And downtown. Price on this is $240,000. Anybody want to see the truck? Back it down, $240,000. When will this be available, John?
They're getting their new truck, has to be delivered by July 1st, so as soon as their new truck is delivered, it will go to Knoxville to our mechanics to do the servicing, and they're paying for it and go through it all again. And then it'll be to us, probably August, I would assume.
Do you think our ISO rating will go down?
Oh, yeah,
We've
it's
got
gonna
the
hit,
ladder truck.
yeah, every little bit nips a little bit more at that.
From the new ISO that we just had here a while back, our main concern is if we don't do something, that it will go up.
I think everything that we've done this past year and a half is gonna eat away to where we're gonna make some ground, I believe. Now, the rules can change, they change it. I mean, he sat in on the one after he'd been here a month and seen how the rules changed from one time to another, but their ISO's been on us for 2 years now, or last 2 inspections. to
We're
get
at
something
4
done.
right now, right?
We're at high 4. We
High
went
4.
up a little last time.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussions, any questions?
I'd like to speak in behalf of this. How much did we pay for a street sweeper?
For what?
Street sweeper we just
Oh.
bought last year.
Okay. 300.
26, it was almost 300, wasn't it?
Right at 300,000.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'd hate to sit here and vote, spend $300,000 sweeping streets. If we buy this truck and the ISO rating comes down, we're gonna get at least a 5% break on everybody's homeowner policy. People in Sweetwater need that, and about everybody that I've talked to Our homeowner policy has gone up this year. I think we would make a bad mistake by not buying this truck.
Any other comments? All in favor, aye? Opposed likewise, motion carries. Now we're gonna open bids on paving of various streets. Several bids on paving for various streets. There's a bid spreadsheet that you can,
Mayor,
and Buster wants to say something.
if you would please, what I'm asking you to do is a little bit unique to when we're bidding these. If you'll notice, there's 6 streets there, and we asked, we're doing small paving, and give you an example. William Street goes into Broad Street. About 75 or 80 feet of William Street is sinking over a sewer line. That's one of the projects. If you go out to the dump on Cedar Valley Road, the bus drivers are complaining. You turn in there and about 125 feet, sewer line sinking there, and when they turn in, it throws the buses. We've got 6 places in Sweetwater that we wanna do something. And my budget is limited on asphalt. What I'd like to do is for the board to accept the low bid and give me the authority to negotiate if we have to drop one out to stay within our budget.
Okay. Should we bring that up first, bid on that first before we?
He can probably just make his motion like that after we open. the
Yeah, I think you need to open the bids,
Okay.
accept the ones that you want to accept, and then if you want to authorize it after that. I don't suppose there's any way to know until you buy the asphalt, whether it'll be within the budget.
We'll let you handle it, Buster.
That's what I asked for, and I appreciate it. I won't buy another sweeper.
Well, that one, the old one did us for how many years?
In a long time.
Okay, here we go. Time to write this down.
Yeah, that's the first bid.
This is the first bid. It is A&A Asphalt of Madisonville, Tennessee. These are the bids. As I read them off, this is 1/2 inch asphalt overlay. William Street, 85 feet by 20 feet for a price of $3,950. $3,950. Chestnut Street, 90 feet by 25 feet for a price of $4,440. $4,450. North Point, 140 feet by 19 feet for a price of $4,700. $4,700. Next one is Cedar Valley, 127 feet by 19 feet for a price of $4,450. Industrial Park Road, 195 by 12, 40 feet by 13, 50 feet by 13, 26 feet by 13, for a price of $5,100, $5,100. The next one is Old Highway 11 at Radio Station, 1,166 square feet for a price of $4,100. $4,100.
That's the
The total for all 6 are $26,750. $750. Total, $26,750. That don't seem like a bad price for all of those.
Good price.
Yeah. Okay,
The other two bids were submitted by email, so they're not sealed, which is okay, we let them submit by email.
the other bids by email,
The next one is from PRI Payment.
PRI Pavement Restoration of East Tennessee.
If you want to just read
In looking at all six of this, I can read all six of them, if you want me to, but the total bid is $31,000, $4,000.
31,400.
31, what is it, 31, 4,000?
it.
31,400. Specifications are, looks like all the same, half-inch mix. The final is from Rogers Group. The total on their six bids are $45,825. $45,825. And it looks like same specification. Is that satisfactory in the reading of these?
Total on that was $26,750 for all of them.
Yeah.
I've got $30,000 out of it, yes. Forget about all that bleeding.
Are you happy with that bid?
Yes, yes.
Do you want to make a motion?
I'd like for somebody else to make the motion.
Do I hear a motion?
I'm gonna make a motion for asphalt, $26,750 for the street department asphalt. These six streets.
Motion's been made, second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote likewise, motion does carry.
Thank you, folks.
So we don't need that other motion, you can handle that for. This is, all the action call meeting, we will now adjourn, reconvene now at workshop. First, the recorder has a few items to review with the board.
So in your packets, there's a paper about Elected Officials Academy. There are 4 sessions. You don't have to go to all of them, but it's like $250 for each person that goes. It goes over, first of all, every time we have an elected official complete Elected Officials Academy, it helps the county with their 3-star application. So you have to have so many elected officials go through 3-star. As far as I know, we have enough countywide to qualify. Like, I don't think that's gonna kick us out of being a 3-star community. Yeah, Brandy does it, Jamie. We're still a 3-star. This year we are. They started it back. Brandy had food. So, the other stuff is, it just tells you general things about being an elected official and all that stuff. So there's a flyer. If anybody wants to register for this, I probably need to know in the next week or 2. If you'll just let me know, I'll be happy to get you registered, pay for it and all that stuff, and send you the information about where you need to go. I think they're having it in Knoxville. We've tried to get it here in Monroe County because it would just be so much easier, but right now they're doing one in person in Knoxville, which is the first one they've done in a couple years. So I wanted to point that out. Also, last week we found out that we received a grant for the National Fitness Campaign for a fitness court. So I wanted to show you this video because I feel like there will be some questions about it, like from the public too, so I wanted you to be able to answer those as best you could. There is not another one of these in the state of Tennessee. We would be the first one in Tennessee to get a fitness court. It goes at our Parks and Recreation Complex. We may need some assistance from city forces to do the prep work. But then the contractor comes in and puts it all together. There's an app that people can use. They can get on it and do exercise routines and stuff with it. It's for fitness levels from 13 to 100. So there's stuff you can do on it no matter your fitness level. It's an outdoor court, so you can social distance, and even if the pandemic numbers went back up again, this is not something that would prevent use. So here's the video. You don't really need to hear it, but I want you to see it.
Our campaign is growing. From college campuses to city parks and trails, we're bringing free fitness everywhere, and we're just getting started. Hi, I'm Mitch Menashe, founder of the National Fitness Campaign. The National Fitness Campaign was founded in 1979 when we opened the first fitness court. Designed for the 21st century, the fitness court is the world's best outdoor gym. Our 7-movement, 7-minute system allows you to use your own body to get the perfect workout. Easy or hard, it will work for you. Our goal is to build healthy communities by making outdoor fitness an essential part of people's lives so that each day is better than the last. This year, 2,000 certified ambassadors will be trained to deliver classes, challenges, and clinics as part of our national fitness campaign. We'll also be hosting training camps on college campuses across America. The Fitness Court mobile app is your gateway to enroll in these programs, learn the moves, and take challenges as we dig deep to create impact for our partners across America. We're proud to have helped cities of all sizes raise millions of dollars from respected sponsors to support free fitness. Wherever fitness is a priority, you can find a fitness court. Building
But not in Tennessee.
colleges, we're now partnering with large cities.
So you come to
Have the best locations for pedestrian infrastructure. We're bringing fitness courts to within 10 minutes of population centers everywhere. We're now committed to raise $150 million to bring the campaign to 1,000 cities and schools, building the largest fitness movement in the world. Join us. Let's make world-class fitness free.
Buster, I don't see there anything that you can help you.
So, like I said, we had to go through an application process. One, they gave us $30,000 in grant money towards the construction of it, but also they will help us partner with people like maybe Cigna or Blue Cross or some of our insurance carriers to help raise the balance of the money. Their ideal is that 30% of it comes from the grant, 40% of it comes from the city, and the remaining balance is fundraised. I've already talked to a couple of partners about the fundraising part, and I think we have some really solid support on it. It's a really flashy thing that looks good, and on the back of that wall, you can put your sponsor's name on it. So they are paying for something that they get something for. So I feel confident we can raise the rest of the funds. We have an amount budgeted in the Parks and Recreation Department in the current budget draft, which is still, we still have excess money for the fire truck in there. I'm not asking you to add any further money to the draft. Because we got the grant money, it's enough to cover it with what we already had budgeted in the draft. So, I just want you to know about it because we're gonna announce it that we got the grant for it, so I want you to understand what it was. And part of it is being paid for by the city out of next year's budget, it's already in the budget draft. Assuming it passes like it is, we should have the funding we need for it with the grant and with the fundraising. So, I think it'd be a really neat thing. I think the community will like it. Okay, so it has to have a 35 by 35 foot area. We looked down at the bottom near where I don't know what end of the football field that would be, but the football field behind the field house area. It's too wet down there to do it down there. So we checked up at the end of the soccer field. So here's the playground, and then there's a grassy area beside the soccer field, and then there's the soccer fields. So that grassy area is large enough to house it there. They actually do a very in-depth process about, they track heat signatures. So they take maps and they look at where people walk in your town. And if you don't have enough people walking by where you propose to put that fitness court, they will not give you the fitness court. Like, you can say, I'll buy it all day long, and they're not gonna let you have it. They are very strategic about where they decide to place these. Because ours is at our trail, at the head of our trail, and it's in the recreation complex, we have all kinds of heat signature. When they showed me the map for the heat signatures, which I haven't gone to see, they were like, it's like a zigzag back and forth all the time, because people use that recreation complex so much. So, I think it's the perfect place to put it. It took 2 months to get to this point where they even said that we could have it if we were willing to pay for it. So I've talked to one major sponsor already that I think we're going to get some real support out of. And then National Fitness Campaign, I have a call scheduled with them tomorrow. They're supposed to help me reach out to 2 other sponsors to make up the difference. The difference that we're lacking is around $40,000. So I don't think that we will have much trouble raising that $40,000.
What about just, silver sneakers from Humana? Would that be something that?
That's an excellent partner that they've already mentioned, and we've talked about that. Blue Cross Blue Shield, since we have our dental and vision with them, that's someone we're gonna reach out to. Cigna, because we spend a lot of money with health insurance with them every year.
We can probably get some from the hospital too.
Yes, that's one of the sponsors that we've talked to, but, it's outdoor, so you don't ever have to lock it. It's like very low maintenance. It can be right next to the playground, so parents can sit there and work out and stuff while their kids are on the playground or on the soccer field or on football practice. I do really think it would be used really well, so I think I'm really excited about this project.
Good job.
Thank you,
How'd you hear about it? Just out of curiosity?
Some guy sent me an email, and a lot of times I ignore those, but this one I didn't, because it looked like a really cool thing, so. One of the other things I wanted to tell you is, Sweetwater Main Street was voted Organization of the Year by the Monroe County Chamber of Commerce, so we have a little trophy on Haley's desk if you'd like to see it. It's kind of amazing that the Main Street got that during COVID year, because so many things that we normally do for Main Street we weren't able to do. Jim Stutz is probably going to be here in the May meeting to do an annual update to you all and tell you what's been going on with Main Street, but I just wanted you to know that they won Organization of the Year. And of course, that was the mayor's brainchild, Sweetwater Merchants and Property Owners Association. That was the actual organization that won under Sweetwater Main Street, so that's very nice to see that in full circle. And then I put another thing in your packet I wanted to tell you about. It's this blog. Oh, I put a picture of them winning the thing. This blog, obviously, you know, there's been work done downtown on murals and painting and things in downtown. So we got a Walls for Women grant for that, and the 5th graders voted on the depiction that's going to be painted downtown. It will be painted the week of May 10th, so we're not very far away from seeing that come out. It's a beautiful, colorful mural. The girl who does the painting, this nonprofit for painting murals is something she does on the side. This is not her primary job. She is actually a journalist. She has written the Trivial Pursuit cards for 6 different Trivial Pursuit games. Did you know that was a job? I didn't know that was a job, but that's part of what she's done. She's a freelance journalist that does things. She's really neat, but she has 28,000 followers on Instagram. She's an Instagram influencer, which I didn't realize until after, you know, she had already given us this grant and everything. But her and her husband are the team that do the painting. And she has a blog that she writes about online, and this is what she had to say about Sweetwater. And I think it's good because we don't often hear much praise about this group, so I think it's really good to hear what praise she had to say. While the tides have started to turn lately, a huge shout out to Sweetwater's Historic Zoning Commission and their delightful chair, Elaine Archer, who helped expedite a COA on our project this week, which means normally this takes a month. And Elaine and them went down and met with them. She picked out paint colors for them. She met with them multiple times so that they could get it through. The rule and not the exception traditionally has been that small town historic zoning commissions can be a hindrance for building owners who want to improve their property, but they also curb mindful growth in the process. So she's talking about how they normally joke around with, oh no, they have a historic zoning commission, but she really had a good time working with ours. So we don't talk much about that commission except for when we vote to appoint it. So I just wanted to tell y'all there had been a very public shout out on her blog, on her website that's been read a lot. So, and they've posted beautiful pictures about Sweetwater and talked about how lovely the town is on her Instagram page. So I am fully confident that's going to create some traffic to our downtown in the coming year. That's all I have.
Where will the painting be?
Actually, it's going on the side of John Cleveland's building, because out of the 6 property owners we offered it to, John was the first one that said, yes, I will sign the easement, which says I won't paint over it or cover it up for at least 3 years. So everyone else was super nervous about that. Plus, the property owner doesn't get to pick the design. So John is a little brave, but it's beautiful, isn't it? Are you happy with it? I haven't even talked to you about it.
It hadn't been painted yet.
But do you know what it's gonna look like?
I know what they say it's gonna look
Uh-huh,
like. It
yeah.
looks like what they say it is. It's
John's
gonna be
very
great.
brave. I'm very happy. So, and of course, then we also use matching funds on that to paint the main wall downtown that you also go up. And we are looking for a different mural to go on that wall that won't require the 3-year easement, because that was the hang up for that property owner, was that she had to sign an easement and she's thinking about selling the property, so she didn't want to sign the easement saying she wouldn't cover it up. So we're working on having lots of public art in downtown. It's gonna be beautiful and places to take pictures in front of. I'm gonna drag y'all down there after it's painted. We're gonna take a picture. Yeah, okay. That's it, that's all I got for now, Mayor.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Within reason?
Thanks for everything, Jess.
Sounds good, and thank John for taking the chance,
Yeah.
but, you know, you start getting stuff like that coming to town, sound building down there would be high enough.
What about that, Sam?
Everybody,
Have you ever thought about that, Sam? Has that ever crossed your mind?
Sounds like a good idea.
I
not
think it is a
taking
good
anybody's
idea.
word for John, but
Now, there's two or three other really good, big blank walls that you can see well from,
Mhm.
as you drive down Main Street. If we
Right.
could have 2 or 3 of these, we
Yeah.
might actually get people coming to town just to look at the murals. And then they'll eat and they'll shop.
Mhm.
Your could go better, Sammy.
Do what?
Your could go better.
We're working on that too. If all goes well, in less than a year, that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Thank you for that update, Jess. Moving on to the upcoming agenda in May, we will have minutes and distributions. We will also have a public hearing and final reading on the local, last partial to be rezoned by Red Stag. Chuck's not here to go over that, but I think we're all aware of what is taking place there. Main Street Board will provide an annual report. Jim will be here to do that. Our Main Street doing quite well. We have the approval of the Sweetwater Library budget recommended by the Library Board and already included in the budget draft. The budget ordinance will be on first reading. Does anybody have anything to change or add to the budget or anything at this time? Time is running out. We are there. Finally, we have a few departments that want to dispose of some assets. We got assets?
You want me to go ahead, you looking at me?
Chief Anderson has something to discuss with us.
One of our old fire trucks that we took out of service back some time ago, guess we need to get approval to put it on gov deals, maybe with a minimum bid. Let's say 10,000, see what it does. I
Is
don't-
this the 79 Pierce?
No, this would be one of the 86, I think.
Okay, that's right, it's okay.
Like to get one of it on
Does it
gov
work?
deals, huh?
Does it work?
It runs. It's drivable, I'll tell you that. I mean, I wouldn't drive it much, but I'd like to get it on, just see what it'll do. And then the air compressor that we replaced with a grant, we cannot sell it due to AFG rules because we got a grant for the new one, but we can donate it. I'd like to get permission to give it to Christiansburg because they have one just like it that they could use parts off of this one, ours, if they need it. That's all I got.
Does anyone else have anything they need to get voted on for disposal of assets? Tim or Eddie? I don't think I asked y'all ahead of time. Nothing right now. Okay. So it's just those 2 fire department assets.
And we will have another truck that we would wanna do the same thing on, but it won't be like that ladder truck that's here, so.
John, would we get this new ladder truck and with our other trucks, how many years you foresee this will do us before we have to buy them again?
Well, I mean, if we put some kind of program in place to replace these trucks that we just bought, I mean, that's, 10 years. The ladder truck should last us longer than that. I mean, it should be a 20-year truck without any problem, because they're just so darn expensive, unless we get a grant or something, but we should be in good shape for at least 10 years.
Is this fire truck that we're buying, one of these trucks you can operate on the ground?
From the
From
ground, or
40
from up
feet
top, or wherever you wanna operate.
We'd see what's going on up there. Okay. Tim, you got anything to report?
Dragging the water after the pool, filling the pool up.
I want to, for you to commend the lady that picks up the trash. You can actually tell a difference in Sweetwater on the litter that was and the litter today. She's doing a good job. Any of y'all can see a difference?
Yes, I talked to her today.
Yeah.
Down there, and we had another place out there where somebody had thrown, she left there and went to pick it up. She's doing a good job.
I'm very proud of the way the city, I mean, I have had compliments of how nice the city looks. And with 4th of July and the Bluegrass Festival coming up and things like that, that's good. Of course, it's like anything else, you pick it up today and go by tomorrow and, drive back out there.
Well, there's people in the community noticing it too. There was actually a post on the Sunny and Sweetwater page about the difference she's making.
Yeah, there is a difference, okay. Anything else to be discussed? Coming up May 10th, we have been invited to go to Red Stag in Knoxville. Jordan would like to invite us up to take a tour of Red Stag, to look at it, kind of get a concept of what will be happening out here, except maybe on a larger scale. Any of you got an interest in going?
What day and time?
I think it was May 10th at 10.
Well, we'll probably leave here about 9 and drive up.
May 10th.
He's gonna take us through the facilities and show us what's going on up there.
Okay.
If you'd like to go, huh?
I said I'll check the calendar.
Get with Jess and we'll get together a trip. Should 2 hours probably will do it. What do you think? About 2 hours. And so,
You have to eat, you have to eat.
yeah,
Hour up there, an hour back.
yeah. I think it'll be interesting though. Okay, Jess, when's Bluegrass coming up next week?
May 7th and 8th, it's next weekend. We've had a lot of calls here lately, or in a Google ad, and we've had a lot of calls off of it, so we just don't know what to expect. We don't know if there'll be a lot of people, or a normal size festival, or no one. But I do think people are really ready to get out and especially hear music. That seems to be and Danette McCurry, I gotta give her a shout out. She does all of our music for us for that festival, and she does an excellent job selecting them and organizing it, and she does a really good job. One of the things I had asked police and street departments to look at before the festival is this state law pedestrian crosswalk. I think we all know we have an issue with people not stopping at crosswalks in the street in downtown, and Eddie had brought up in the last workshop that he'd like to see something more aggressive that would maybe get their attention a little bit better. Eddie, you wanna tell them how that works?
Yeah, we get these little stand-up characters that you put down the crosswalk. I discussed it with Commissioner Stowe, well, all the commissioners actually, and especially with Commissioner West and Stockton, about the placement of it. Rich and I are gonna look again tomorrow. Commissioner West had some good points on some places located. They're 20-mile-an-hour rated, supposed to, if a car hits it, it'll fall down. Jess volunteered to run at it early and see if it'd fall down. We didn't try it, so we didn't know how workers' comp would cover that. But we tried to put them, we bought 6 of them, we got 5 crossings down there, and they're TDOT approved, and as far as we know, and we'll try to put them in there and see what we can do, just But it's kind of a double-edged sword too. The same people that are complaining about people not stopping are the same ones that don't go to crosswalk to cross. You know, so I want you to count every time you go downtown, how many people you see crossing and are not at the crosswalk.
And expect you to stop.
Yeah.
Well, that may encourage them
Yeah.
to go to the crosswalk though.
That's just another step we'll take to try to encourage you to keep it safe, because at the end of the day, that's the
Will
main
those
thing.
be on both sides of the crosswalk?
That should be right in the middle.
In the middle?
Yes.
Between the two lanes, so.
Yeah, it's double-sided, we see it both ways, except like Mr. West was saying, down here, we'll probably need to look at putting this, put it off about a 45-degree angle down here to keep the truck.
You remember the one up there at the hospital, Bull, that was behind it in the middle of the road? That's the way that.
Yeah, we got to have a test run at the hospital to see how they
They're
work.
like, yeah, they got the traffic
They've lasted.
thing, when you hit it, it actually falls back.
Are those buttons lights or just reflective?
No, they're just reflectors.
Eddie, are we gonna replace that up at the hospital?
Now, the hospital said they would when they got completely finished, yes, I've already talked to them, they actually want to put another one and put their, rumble strip back. Yeah, they talked to me about that, and I told them as long as they cleared that with you guys, Richard, on the rumble strips would be good. But hey, it'll be something to try, I mean, it's,
I like that.
yeah, I think it's definitely be a direction, and just give it a try. We're, like I said, we're gonna try it all the ones down there. And if we have good results from it, good feedback, we may look at a couple other places to put them, you know.
I think most local people have, I just see that they are very courteous to people walking across the street, stop for them, in my observation.
I agree, Mayor. It's just, I mean, even as much as I'm downtown in my patrol vehicle daily, you know, sometimes somebody will, I'm not gonna say surprise me, but somebody will be there and I didn't expect it, and I'm like, wow, about didn't stop or something like that. I don't believe we have very many people that intentionally, and I think this will help bring the attention, hey, it's a crosswalk. But we've been, those are reflective too, and of course, we know nighttime's an issue. And it's good to have a busy downtown. You know, there's a lot of downtowns you go to and you breeze right on through and don't even notice anything going on. I think it's good that that's an issue we're having to deal with.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. Anything else that needs to come forward?
Well, I asked something one Eddie just said, me and Lou were up in, Kingsport here a few weeks ago. And I'd say at least 3/4 of the buildings downtown, in Kingsport, were empty. And what was there wasn't much.
Well, to add to that, Billy Wayne, you need to go over to Maryville in the downtown area. It's one right after the other. It's boarded up, empty.
Same way with Lenore City.
Lenore City, same. But we are blessed to live in Sweetwater right now. Anything, did we overlook anything, Jess?
I don't think so, I think you got it on there.
I want to congratulate you for your lovely daughter who graduated from UTC. Tell her congratulations from the city commissioners.
I sure am. And Eddie has a son getting married this weekend.
Oh,
We married them this weekend.
gonna let me marry him?
Well, that thing's recorded. It would have been a good option if they'd have considered that. It'd been time.
Okay. Thank you all. We are.
You know what?
That girl, he's been taken and engaged for about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Going to high school?
No,
All right,
she's from, she didn't get something.
If the truck's